What if you felt extreme impression and tension you could cut with a knife the moment you walked on a set? As a Christian, what would you do? How would you handle it? Find out how my guest today tackled a very difficult situation in his career here on Faith on Film. Hello, and welcome to Faith on Film. Very excited about today's guest because he comes all the way from Canada. All the way out there. Anyway, Frank Chiesurin is an established actor based out of Toronto, Canada. He's been working in the industry for nearly 20 years in both English and French. He's had the pleasure of working with Guillermo Del Toro, Julianne Moore, Woody Harrelson, Paul Sparks, Kristin Chenoweth, and my goodness, if I kept reading this, I would take up all his time. So, Frank, welcome to Faith on Film. How are you doing? How are things out there?
I think it's pronounced oot.
Oot there.
Yeah, it's oot in a boot.
Well, that's it. I cannot joke about that anymore because my daughter says I'm only allowed one silly joke per program, and that's it. So
okay,
I have to be serious
the
rest of the program. So, Frank, tell us all about yourself. Let's just dive right into it, man.
Wow. Okay. Well, first of all, thanks so much for having me on. It's an honor to be here with you, and
Thank you.
Really appreciate this opportunity.
The honor is all mine.
Oh, thank you. Tell you about me. Well, I am from Canada, originally from Montreal, so French is actually my first language. I learned English literally on the streets, no joke, just talking to various kids, and because I went to French school. So that is me growing up. In terms of me becoming an actor, let's fast forward quite a few years. I always loved acting. It was something that I really wanted to do. But my father was an accountant, so for him it wasn't something that was economically viable. Mm-hmm. So he wanted me to look at other avenues. And I actually enjoyed production, television production, film production. And I was trying to get into university in the communications department. And I had some really strong grades going in, like high 90s and everything. And I took this as a sign that was my first choice in university. My second choice was theater. And I got a letter of acceptance from theater. Mm-hmm. And I was like, what happened to communications? And they said they lost my transcript. It never came in. So I took that as a sign that that's where I should go. And I went to theater school, and that's where it all began for me.
Now, you mentioned you took it as a sign. Were you a Christian at the time?
I was not. I did grow up Catholic. Okay. For me, it was one of those things where we went to church, it became Christmas and Easter, the Creasters, as I like to call us. And then it just became Christmas. And then all of a sudden, I remember one Christmas Eve, my parents wanted to go to church. And I said, I wasn't going. And they're like, what do you mean you're not going? And I said, well, what are we doing here? Like, we're hypocrites. We go to church once a year and we don't practice at home. And they didn't really appreciate that, but I just felt really strongly about it. And nobody, it's one of those things where you grow up in Christianity, but not in Catholicism, but nobody tells you why or who mm-hmm. Jesus is or anything like that. And when you're, for me, I just kind of gave it up and I went on my own merry way. I always knew that there was a higher power. But what was that? I wasn't sure. And it wasn't until I met my wife, really, Rachel MacMillan, who was kind enough to just say to me, you know what? I'm going to church. If you want to come. If not, that's okay.
Wow.
And I know she was praying for me too, obviously.
Sure.
But I was like, because for me, church was, church. It was Catholic church. Not that there's anything wrong with it, but it's different.
It wasn't relationship driven.
It is, yeah, exactly. So I went to a Christian church, and mm-hmm. I was like, "This isn't church, is it?" And I loved it. And there was a battle for quite a long time between myself and opposing forces, you could say. But I gave my life to Christ, and at the same time, it took a couple years, but I gave my career over to Him as well.
Okay, but all right, so you weren't I'll call it a practicing Christian, if you will.
Correct.
But yet you mentioned that you took those things as signs. So there must have been something there that kind of made you feel that this is that higher power that is kind of guiding your life. Do you now understand that? Do you believe that maybe it was that God was actually guiding you in the direction that he needed you to go?
100%. 100%. You know, it's easy to look back at stuff and sort of see how it works out. You know, even to me meeting my wife, I had opportunities as an actor to basically, like, I had some serious opportunities, very close calls to some really big stuff that would have changed my life completely in terms of like moving probably to the United States or moving elsewhere. And if it wasn't for a humbling experience, which was basically no work was coming in anymore in Canada, this is in 2003, I wouldn't have met my wife, essentially. And to me, that's the greatest gift that God could have given me, because first of all, she's my wife, and second of all, she introduced me to Christ.
Right. So you've mentioned your wife several times already during this segment, and you know what? On the next segment, we're going to talk a little bit more about that. But now, did your journey? It didn't take you to Christian films. Then you were doing work that was not Christian work at the moment, right?
Correct. Yeah, I wasn't, you know, for me, it was just like, it's one of those things where you're green and you're an actor and you just take whatever you can. And, you know, there's some stuff that I've done that I'm not 100% proud of. But that stuff is what led me to where I am today. So I can't, you know, it's okay.
Sure. Well, yeah, I mean, you know, everything I've done, I'm very proud of.
I'm sure you are.
No.
Sure
you know what? We've all, and I actually grew up in church. So I was born, I say I was born in church. I was obviously born in the hospital, but it was, we were churchgoers, you know, and from the very beginning, a lot of my family is actually in ministry. So, but still, there's things that I probably would say I am not very proud of. So we all take our journey. But eventually, if we follow God, He takes us to where we need to be at the right time, at the right, you know, for the right purpose.
Well, exactly. And I think that, you know, ultimately what it comes down to is when I literally just gave my career over to Christ, my priorities changed.
Sure.
My decision making changed. You know, now my wife and I, we pray about every audition that comes in, everything that comes in, to say, is this something that's for us, yes or no? And the only power that we really have as actors is the power of no. So saying no to stuff is hard at times, but sometimes it's necessary as well. It's not to say that I won't work on projects that are not kingdom-led. I will, and I still have, and I do. We need to be a light sometimes in different places. And there's always a reason why we go where we go. But if I get a check in my spirit about a specific part or a specific thing, that's where I'm like, But if I have a peace about it, then I'm like, okay, I'm supposed to be doing this.
All right. Well, we're going to take a little quick break right now, and then we're going to come back and talk about a project that you worked with your wife together on. You keep bringing up your wife. That is awesome that you're working with her. No, and that is fantastic. So when we come back, we're going to find out more about what that is like working with your wife. So don't go away, folks. We'll be right back.
Cell reproduction, more than duplication. It's careful selection and organization, ensuring the perfect balance for development and growth. Powerful, so is our programming. Parables, the leader in empowering entertainment. Parables. Be empowered. Start your free trial today.
Sight and Sound Theaters invites you to experience one of the most powerful Bible stories ever told.
Samson, you're going to deliver our people from the Philistines.
God gave him the strength to fight thousands.
Where does he get his strength from? Nobody's that strong.
But his greatest challenge will be living with his own choices.
Who are you?
Delilah.
We want you to find out the secret of his strength.
We will destroy Samson.
Playing in Branson for one last encore season. Get ready for a mighty adventure for the whole family.
You are my rock and my strength. Be with me today.
Samson, live on stage at Sight and Sound Theaters in Branson, Missouri.
I wonder how long a dolphin lives. I wonder if they can make cookies in space. I wonder when people started brushing our teeth. I wonder if people and dinosaurs ever lived together.
Want to find out?
I wonder how much a cloud weighs.
Welcome back to Faith on Film. We're here with my guest, Frank Chiesurin, today. Now, before we get, and I keep teasing the fact that we're going to get to you working with your wife, but before we get to that, the teaser was actually something, there was something very important in there, and that was about feeling tension and oppression. So we can't just skip past that. You got to let us know what that was about.
Okay, well, I'll try and tell you as quickly as possible. Basically, I had the opportunity to work on a fairly high-profile project, which was not Kingdom-led, but I felt that it was okay to go and work on this project. And 2 days before the shoot, I reread the script, and I looked at it, and I said to my wife, I said, why am I going to do this? Because there was some stuff in there, not that I had to do, but some stuff in the script that really just wasn't up to my standards. And she said, just go and you'll know. And she covers my back a lot. So ultimately I showed up and I felt the greatest oppression I've ever felt on a set before. The lead actress and the director, who's also the writer, were just headbutting about everything. And it was really heavy. Like the crew you could see everybody was walking on eggshells.
Wow.
And he was just berating her. Like it was crazy. I'd never seen anything like it. And finally I just said to her, I said, it's not you. You know that, right? It's him. And I was mic'd, and I wasn't worried about what was being said, whether he heard it or not. But she just broke down, and she brought myself and the other actor in the scene into her dressing room, and she basically just let out everything that had been happening. And I felt that I needed to pray for her, but it felt awkward because the other actor was there, so I didn't at the time. We went back on set, shot a little bit, still felt that tension like crazy. And then I was just like, all right, Lord, I need you right now to just give me the boldness to do this. And I went, knocked on her door. She opened it, and I just said, look, I don't know where you're at in your life right now. I said, but I feel like I need to pray for you. And she pulled me into her room, and she said, yes, please. And we sat down, and we both just broke down. And I don't even remember what I said, to be perfectly honest. But she was just like, no joke, the tension lifted like I've never felt anything just lift so much on the set. It was incredible. And even just her demeanor was different. And this director, like I said, he was the writer. He wanted us to be word perfect. And I'm talking comma, period, everything perfect. And God was there for me because I did not flub one line the entire day. It's just amazing what he'll do for you when you just show up and you just let him be.
Yeah,
it's amazing.
You had to be there for her at this point.
Yeah.
That really was the biggest purpose for you being part of this movie, I'm going to say.
Absolutely.
So, you did a project with your wife. I don't know if this is the first project you did or if there's some before, but you got to let me know, how is it working with your wife?
Well, it could go either way, right? When you think about it.
Yes.
And for us, luckily, it was a huge blessing. It was amazing, actually. The beauty of watching her work and watching her also grow as an actor, and just I'm so proud of her with her work on this on a Murder of Innocence, on this project. And I look forward to working with her again, absolutely. And we do have some other stuff happening, which we could talk about. But I'm just like, we had the opportunity to work on our scenes late at night, to work them again in the morning. That's sort of the beauty of being with your spouse as well, right?
Sure, yep.
You can do that. And
Absolutely.
we were honest with each other, and we supported each other. And I think that shows on the screen itself.
That's awesome. My wife is helping me a little bit with this show. She's going to end up helping me a little bit more in the future. But I also get a chance to work with my daughter, which is also awesome.
That's so great.
And the thing about it though is that they don't put any filtering on their tongue, so they'll tell me what it's really like.
we need that.
We do need that, absolutely.
We need the.
Yeah, so this movie, by the way, Murder of Innocents, it's not your typical Christian movie that is all just neatly tied up in a bow and everybody's wonderful and everything turns out great for everybody. This is a little edgier than that, isn't it?
I believe it is. Yes, I mean it is based on a true story, and this family has had a lot of things happen to them, and all they keep saying is it's true. All of it is true, and it's pretty. It's I mean I don't know how much we want to give away, but ultimately, it deals with fear, which I think is something that's really important that we deal with, whether we are Christian or not. We deal with fear, and it's how do we come away from that. Right. And be better people and grow from that. It's so difficult, and I think it deals with it in a really poignant way, in a really strong way, and it's beautiful.
Well, I mean, obviously, even the title doesn't match what typical Christian movies are. I mean, this was a murder of innocence.
Yeah.
So yeah, I won't give away what it's about either. But I mean, that alone tells you what the kind of movie it is, I think.
Yeah, I do think it grabs you though.
Right. Well, I tell you what, we're going to take another break and we'll come back. If you want to share any more about that particular movie, that's great. If not, we certainly want to hear more about what's in store for you. What's in store, what do you have in mind for the future with you, with your wife, with both of you together? So we'll take a little bit more time in that. So folks, don't go away. We're going to be right back.
Have you ever considered being an actor or director of a major feature film? Sounds crazy, right? But what if God is calling you to do just that? To use your gift in a non-traditional way, like redemptive filmmaking. Let this be your pulpit. So what are you waiting for? Call now. This could be the spark that ignites your ministry.
Christian filmmaking. Our operators are standing by right now. 469-655-3222. Remember to visit our website at www.transformfilm.com.
And you learn filmmaking on 2 backlots, a first-century backlot and a small-town backlot under the watchful eyes of Christian professional filmmakers and university film school professors like Dr. Marc. So what are you waiting for?
469-655-3222. Transformation Film Institute, a place where passion meets purpose.
This summer, come to Orlando and bring your family to the Holy Land experience, where the true heroes live. See with your own eyes the stories of the Bible come to life as you have never seen them before. Through breathtaking live stage musical productions, you and your family will encounter the true heroes of our history. Make memorable moments this summer at Orlando's premier family vacation destination, the Holy Land Experience, where the true heroes live.
Welcome back to Faith on Film. We're here with Frank Chiesurin, all the way from Canada.
Yeah.
Frank, so you've done this movie with your wife. Again,
Yes.
It's not a typical Christian style movie, if you will. Anything else you want to share with us about the film? Maybe where can people see it?
Yes, I'm not sure when this is going to be airing, but June 18th, it is coming out on video on demand, as well as September 17th, it is coming out on DVD. So there are a few platforms that people can probably catch it on,
Nice.
there's Dish, the DirecTV, Amazon Instant, Google Play, Vudu, Vimeo, Fandango Now. Those are just a few of them that you can catch it on June 18th.
Excellent. Yeah, I think when this show airs, it will already be out because this will be after that June.
They can still watch it,
but it'll be there. Yeah. Now, what's in store for you as far as the future? You're going to continue working with your wife, or is it that one was enough, honey? So see you later.
Absolutely. You know, we don't come as a package deal necessarily. Mm-hmm. We do work. You know, if people want to hire us, we're more than happy to work separately. But we have about 5 different projects that are in development right now. Where we have a kids series that we're developing. We have a mini series that's based on a true story. We have 3 features based on true stories as well. And one of them actually has the green light for now. And not for now, it has the green light. Mm-hmm. And we're hoping to be shooting this fall 2019, in Calgary, Alberta. And these are all faith and hope based projects. And I have another series that I'm doing. I shoot this summer. I have a French kids show that I do called Amélie et Compagnie, and we are shooting season 4 this summer. And it's not a faith-based show, but it's got heart. It's got everything that it needs to have, and there's hope in there too, which I love, and redemption. And so we're shooting that this summer. And I got to tell you, you know, people say never to work with kids and animals. Yes. I play a father on this show who is also a veterinarian. So all I do is play with kids and animals.
And animals.
Yeah.
Wow.
But it's one of the most rewarding shows that I've ever worked on. Watching these kids grow as people and as actors is incredible.
Wow. Well, I tell you, we you know, I can't wait to hear more about all that you're doing. Now, if people want to get a hold of you, how would they do that? Because you never know. There might be somebody that hears about one of your projects and they might want to you know, help out a little bit or get involved. How would they reach you?
That would be nice. To reach me, I mean, there's several different ways. One, obviously, I am on Internet Movie Database. Mm-hmm. People can look me up there. I'm also on Facebook as Frank Chiesurin, Frank Chiesurin. I'm on Instagram as well, and if you want to email me, you can. It is at Chiesurin, my last name, so it's FCHIESURIN @gmail.com. So I am reachable.
Well, I'll put the graphics of your email address and all that, so they won't mess it up or anything.
The tough last names. So.
Yeah, I know. And I'm going to encourage our viewers to reach out to you, and even if it's just to let you know that they're praying for you, because I know that being in this industry is a tough one. It's a tough thing, and we certainly can always use their prayers, can't we?
Absolutely. I mean, I covet those prayers like you have no idea. I think it's important the power of prayer is incredible. Yeah. And it really is. And if people need me to pray for them as well, I'd love to hear about that. So,
oh, wow.
Please. Yeah, of course.
Well, that is fantastic. Now, be careful. You might be getting thousands and thousands of prayer requests coming to you.
Hey, that's okay, man. That's okay.
Well, Frank, we've run out of time. As I always say on this show, I can't believe how quickly time flies on this thing. I may have to change this to a 1-hour show at some point. I don't know.
Absolutely.
But I thank you. I thank you for taking the time to spend with us and just let us know a little bit about you and what all you're doing. So I wish you the best, and I'll be praying for you as well.
Thank you, brother. Appreciate it. And I'll be praying for your show and praying for you and everything else that you're working on right now.
Thank you so much. Folks, we'll be right back.
Sunflowers. To pollinate and reproduce, they turn and face the sun. Nature's way of reminding us that for ultimate growth, we must seek the light. Parables, the leader in empowering entertainment. Parables. Be empowered. Start your free trial today.
wonder if penguins have knees. I wonder how many colors we can't see. I wonder why there's so many stars in the universe. I wonder if we ever looked like apes.
You want to find out?
I wonder if puppies have belly buttons.
Welcome back to Faith on Film. I really enjoyed our interview today with Frank Chiesurin. I really want to invite you to write him an email, let him know that you're there, that you're praying for him. I know that he covets those prayers. Also want to remind you to check out parables.tv, a place where you can watch a lot of these Christian movies that we talk about here today. Movies, documentaries, reality shows, all kinds of great content for your family. And of course, follow me on Facebook, Faith on Film TV. That's Faith on Film TV. And also you can follow me on Instagram and Twitter. There's so much social media, I got to keep track of it. So anyway, until next week, take care. I hope you enjoyed today's episode of Faith on Film. I pray each episode stirs up a desire in you to support good faith-based entertainment. All who are involved in faith-based entertainment are doing so with a strong desire to provide you with content that both inspires and helps you maintain a good, healthy soul. As you know, just like we feed our bodies healthy food in order to maintain good health, we must at the same time feed our souls healthy entertainment to keep it strong. The purpose of this show is to raise awareness about those filmmakers who are creating this great healthy content and to help you get to know them better. So write me and let me know how we are doing. Simply send me an email at faithonfilmtv@gmail.com. That's faithonfilmtv@gmail.com. To stay up to date on new and exciting events, follow me on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at Faith on Film TV. Also, let your friends know about this show and invite them to like the Facebook page so they too can keep up to date on what is going on with Faith on Film. Thank you and God bless.